What is going on, folk? It's NimbleThor here, and welcome back to my mobile gaming quest, where today we are going to check out the game called Chain Strike, which is a gacha strategy RPG that has been made by Come To Us, but unlike a game such as, for example, Summoner's War, which has also been made by the same developers, by the way, this one is reported to be much less pay to win and have a much more interesting combat system. But more on that really soon when I get into the things that I like and the things that I dislike about Chain Strike. But first, let's talk a bit about the overall gameplay loop, because overall, the gameplay can be explained in two different steps. First, we go into some type of combat, typically a campaign or event mission, and then afterwards, we go back to our base to equip new equipment, level up or enhance our heroes, and maybe even summon a new one, which we'll do later in this video too, by the way, so fingers crossed that we will get something really awesome. And then after that, we simply head back to combat and repeat this gameplay loop. And of course, before we get too deep into this video, be sure to subscribe if you're new around here, because I cover a new mobile game every single day. And if you're still considering, then at least stick around till the end of this video for the mobile gaming news of the day that I do at the end of every single video here on YouTube. So now, let's get started with what I actually like about Chain Strike. And first up on that list of things that I like about the game is the actual combat system, because it has a rather unique chess-like turn-based gameplay, where we move our characters around on a board, with some characters being able to attack what's right in front of them, whereas others will only be able to attack what's a few squares away, a bit like the knight in a normal chess match. And to me, this makes the combat much more interesting than most typical gacha RPG games. Now, before, in the previous match, we were playing with the autoplay on, but if we disable that just for a sec so you guys can see, that we can actually, if we select one of these heroes, choose where we want to move or which opponent we want to attack. Now, we have 3 different moves that we can use each turn. You can see those in the bottom right corner. So first up, let's just try to attack this one, which, as you guys can see, we will be able to attack with 4 of our heroes all at once. So I think, yeah, we nearly took out all of that one. So now we only have 1 energy left, so we can choose to move one of our heroes, for example, moving this one up here, and then it's the opponent's turn. And that's just how it goes, turn after turn. And of course, we have some skills that we can use, and each of these heroes are very different from each other. For example, we can use this one, which consumes 20% of our current HP to attack the enemy in range 3 consecutive times. But we are not in range right now, so what we could do is, for example, move up here, and then we can use that one, that attack from before. Use this one on this guy, and there we go. I think that will be able to take him out completely, and it did. So that is a combat that you guys can be looking forward to, and I'm actually quite enjoying it. I find it really interesting to position these characters correctly so that they can help each other to take out these opponents. Because if our characters are too far away from each other, they won't be able to attack the opponent at the same time. Such as, for example, the attack you saw just there, where only one of our heroes attacked, instead of before, where 4 of our heroes attacked. So that's a big part of the game, positioning our characters correctly. And we also get to position our characters initially before we go into each match, if you guys didn't notice that before. The second thing I like is that for a gacha RPG, the story is actually rather interesting, and that very much surprised me. In fact, I played this game for nearly an hour just going through the matches with the auto combat on to get to the next part of the story as soon as possible. The story unfolds, as you guys can see right now, whenever we enter a new campaign mission, so it is told in a completely linear manner, but for the type of game, it's really not bad, and it has got me hooked at least, so I want to keep playing just to see what happens with this story here. The third thing I like is that it's high quality, the graphics look great, and the skill animations look really awesome. And then lastly, there's just a ton of content to this game. And we'll go have a look at that after this mission here, such as, for example, special missions, challenges, quests, login rewards, event dungeons. What else do we have? Asynchronous PvP, we have daily dungeons, there are guild battles, and so much more. Like, seriously, there's a lot of content in this game already, even though it released in 2018. But now let's talk about what I don't like about the game. And first up is that the game is just too easy. I mean, we win everything, every single match, even after playing for a few hours. I haven't met any opponent that we haven't been able to take out so far. It's just too easy, honestly, at least to begin with. And secondly, it's very grindy, and it feels nearly useless to do manual combat when the auto system is as good as it is. I mean, just look at this. We have no problem just with the auto system on. And although I'm sure that at higher levels, most players probably play manually, at least during PvP and I guess maybe some boss battles as well, it does kind of suck that in a game with such a cool combat system, there's just so much grinding that autoplay nearly feels forced. I know we have the option to disable it, but it does nearly feel forced. So I think before we move on to the last two things I don't like about the game, how about we go do those summons that I promised you guys? So if we head in here, we have lots of summons that I've saved up that I haven't done yet because I wanted to be able to share that with you guys. So let's do this one. This is a 4 or 5 star summon that we can do for free. So let's have a look at it. Fingers crossed, guys. Let us get a 5 star. Come on, a 5 star, a 5 star. We got a 4 star, of course. Of course, we weren't lucky enough. Oh man, all right. So let's do this one. This one is also free, and this one can also give us a 5 star. Although it can also give a 3 or 4 star if we're unlucky. I imagine the chances of getting a 5 star are pretty low. Yes, we got a 3 star. We can also do this one, which can also give a 3 to 5 star. Let's do that using some of these moonstones here. And all of this, by the way, was gathered for absolutely free. We got another 3 star. Let's do this once more. And let's see. Let's just continue until we've used all of it. And hopefully, we're going to get a 5 star. That would be so awesome. All of these heroes, though, can be leveled up to become 5 stars. And that's not something you'd see in every gacha game. In some gacha games, they choose to limit it so that a certain hero is a certain star. So, you can have 3 star heroes and they can never become 4 star heroes. 4 star heroes can never become 5 star, and so on. But I'm glad to see that we have that option here, even though it is very, very grindy. That leveling up process is extremely grindy. Oh, look at this archer. That looks cool, that bow there. The blue bow. Let's do one more here. There's a bit of lag there. We got another 3 star. At least we're getting unique ones, which I guess we can always use them to sacrifice them to gain experience points for the other heroes. But look at this, guys. What are we gonna get here? We got a 4 star. That's pretty cool. Oh, this one looks so bad. Look at that gun. That looks badass. And of course, we can check out the different skills over here. This one, I guess, creates a shield. That is kind of cool. So it's sort of a defensive hero, I guess. Is there anything else we want to do here? Maybe we can actually do a... You know what? We're going to do a 10-time summon of this one, and that can give us 1 to 3 star heroes. So let's just go through them very, very quickly. We got a 1 star. We got a 2 star. We got another 1 star. What else? Let's just move on here. 1 star again. That's unfortunate. Another one. And another one? Okay, so I guess the chances of us getting 3 stars aren't really that good. But hey, I mean, free summons, right? Who can really complain about that? So this in here is what I mean with the many different systems in the game. So just to show you guys, we can go into Quest, for example, here. We've completed some of those already. We get so much premium currency. We get so much gold. We get so much energy for free because, yes, that is the next thing that I do not like about the game is the energy system. There is one, and that sucks. What more is there to say about it, really? It's not really being heavily monetized so far, but I'm sure that it will later on. Right now, we have, way too much energy. We have a lot of energy, like seriously a lot. And we can't use all of it because whenever we level up, we get more. And we also get more from some certain quests. So we won't really run out now. And that's even after playing the game for hours on end without pause. I've played this game for, I think, around 2 or 3 hours today. So I guess it's not the most limiting energy system yet. But I'm just afraid of the implications this will have for the game later on. And then the last thing I don't really like about the game is the abundance of in-app purchases. We have so many in-app purchases, even going all the way up to $100 that will allow us to buy different types of packages, that will give us premium currency, gold, some summoning books, such as the ones we used just before, and oftentimes also some other item like more energy, for example. Overall, though, I'm quite enjoying the game so far, mostly because of the story, mostly because of the awesome skill animations, but overall, it's a pretty decent game. I find the combat system to be really interesting, so if you guys can play without the auto system on, and if you can stay far away from the in-app purchases, I would definitely recommend giving this game a go, especially if you typically like these games, these types of games anyway. But what do you think about Chain Strike? Let me know in the comment section down below. And now for the mobile gaming fact of the day. And this one is really a bit more of a rumor than anything else. But rumor has it that Pokemon Go creator Niantic might soon be getting a huge $40 million investment from, well, no other than Samsung. But when I read that, I asked myself, why would Pokemon Go or Niantic need $40 million if they earn hundreds of millions of dollars every year? And this is where it gets interesting, because apart from just an investment, the deal apparently also involves the two companies working together on exclusive game titles, one of them being a Harry Potter game apparently, and then pre-installing these on Samsung Galaxy smartphones. So I guess that's where it gets a bit interesting, and I'm guessing that's what Niantic was after, not the $40 million, which, I mean, it's still a nice sum of money, but for such a huge company, it's not really that huge of a deal. but I guess they went after these exclusive games that could then be pre-installed on all Galaxy smartphones. And if you think about it, there are so many Galaxy smartphones out there, so this could really be a huge push forward for Niantic as well. Let me know what you think about that news in the comment section down below, and until next time, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.